Human body nervous system. Lesson overview. Nervous system structure and functions. Central nervous system reflects actions. Peripheral nervous system. How do your lungs remember to breathe when you are asleep? How does your big toe nose to wiggle when a fly lands on it? How does your nose tell you that cookies are baking in the kitchen? In the previous classes, we have learned about all living organisms adapted to the situation they are put into. One of the ways an organism adapts to its surroundings is by responding to stimuli. Identify the stimulus and responses in the given instances. Next, our body is a complex machine that performs various activities every day. All these activities need proper communication and control to perform them well. To do so, we need a specialized organ system. This system is called the nervous system. The nervous system is the most important organ system of the body. It it is a network of organs and nerves that send signals throughout the body. It does thousands of different things, or it does thousands of different things all at the same time, making itself the most complex system in our body. Without the nervous system, we cannot do even simple activities like eating, playing, writing, thinking, etc. It sends signals and messages uh, to communicate with and control different parts of the body. Hence it is a specialized for the control and coordination of all body parts. Let us now learn how this process of control and communication occurs in our body and the organs involved in this process in detail. Human nervous system. There are two main parts of the human nervous system: the central and the peripheral nervous system. They both have their own specific functions, but both work together to messages throughout the body. First one, the central nervous system. The central nervous system is the main control center of our body. It is made of the brain and the spinal cord. The human brain is the most complex, important, and powerful organ. It is a large mass of nerve cells. It is a large mass of nerve cells. It is grayish pink in color and weighs approximately 1200 to 1300 grams. The brain is located inside the head and protected by the skull and cerebrospinal fluid. It acts as the cushion between the skull and the brain to protect the brain from shocks, jerks, and bumps. It is the main control unit of our nervous system. The brain acts as an processor, and distributor of information. The brain has major parts like the cerebellum, and medulla oblongata, etc. Do you know the brain uses more energy than any other organ of our body? It uses over 20% of the energy reserves in the body. This is the parts of the brain. First, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. These are the three important parts: cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. Next is the cerebrum. The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. Its surface has many ridges and folds. There are two halves of the cerebrum, one on each side of your head, called the right and left cerebral hemispheres. The cerebrum is the thinking part of the brain and helps in the remembering, reasoning, judgment, and problem solving. The cerebrum is the thinking part of the brain and helps in remembering, reasoning, judgment, and problem solving. Therefore it is considered as the seat of intelligence. It is considered as the seat of intelligence. It helps in initiating and coordinating the movements of body parts and the interpretation of different senses like touch, vision, hearing, etc. It also helps in controlling emotions and learning. The cerebellum, it is the second largest part of the brain but much smaller than the cerebrum. It is located at the back of the head. Its function is to control and coordinate voluntary muscles movements such as running, walking, dancing, standing, etc. It also maintains the posture, balance, and equilibrium of our body. Without the cerebellum, we cannot stand upright, move or balance our body. The cerebellum also help us to learn how to do certain things use movement with practice. For example, if you learn to ride a bike or a bicycle, the cerebellum stores all this information, so that every time we ride a bike, it is not seem to new. Medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is a small structure present in the lower region of the brain. It mainly controls the body's involuntary functions such as a heartbeat, breathe, and digestion. Also, it helps us to maintain our posture and control our reflexes. It continues as the spinal cord. The medulla oblongata is active even while we are asleep. How does the brain work? The brain's job is to sort out the signals that it receives and then send them out. This is how brain does it. Step 1, collects the signals sent to it. Step 2, makes senses of the information that the signals contain. Step 3, decides what to do. Step 4, sends signals to the muscles to take the necessary action. The spinal cord. The spinal cord is a thick column of nerve tissue that extends from the medulla to the lower back. It is made up of bundles of nerves. It is enclosed in the vertebral column. The vertebral column protects the spinal cord from the external injuries. The spinal cord acts as a relay station. It connects the brain to different parts of the body. It receives messages from different parts and send to the brain for processing, and also send the responses generated by the brain to different parts of our body through the nerves. Peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is responsible for carrying messages to and from the central nervous system. It is made up of nerves that are originated from the brain, or the cranial nerves and the spinal cord, spinal nerves. Nerves are like long wires that carry communication signals or impulses or are messages throughout the body. Each nerve is made up of several nerve fibers, which are in turn made up of cells called nerve cells or neurons. So, cranial nerves are emerging from the brain and are connected with the various organs. Find the names of any three cranial nerves and their functions. This is a neuron or nerve cell. The neurons help in carrying the messages from the sense organs to the brain or the spinal cord and vice versa. Therefore, the neurons are called the structural and functional units of the nervous system. Structural and functional units of the nervous system based on function nerves are three types: sensory, motor and mixed nerves. Sensory nerves carry the signals towards the brain or a spinal cord from the sense organs, that means eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Next, motor nerves. Motor nerves carry the messages away from the brain or a spinal cord to the muscles. Muscles, different organs to contract and relax that we can move. The sensory and motor nerves carry the signals only in one direction. Mixed nerves connect the sensory and motor nerves. They carries the signals in the different directions. That means from the brain or the spinal cord to different organs, and also uh, from different body parts or organs to the brain or the spinal cord. Reflex actions. What do we when we touch a hot object? We immediately withdraw our hands. Do we think and do such actions now? We need to move so fast that our brain does not have time to think. These responses are generated suddenly to safeguard ourselves from dangerous stimuli. So, all such automatic, quick, or sudden and involuntary actions in response to a stimulus are called reflex actions or reflexes. These actions do not involve the brain and are controlled by the spinal cord. How does a reflex occur? This is the reflex action. First, receptor stimuli. This is the effector and sensory neuron, spinal cord, motor neuron. When we touch a hot object, the receptor cells in the skin pick up the message to the spinal cord through sensory nerves. The spinal cord analyzes this information and generates responses. These responses then taken up by the motor neurons and brought back to the muscles present in the hand. In response, the muscles will contract and we will withdraw our hand.